What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of our weekly podcast. We are batting practice. We got a great one for you today. We are finally all wearing our shirts. Look at that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Look at us being cohesive. Very nice. We are just like So Rare because we want to be homogenous.
Yes,
The three of us are becoming the same. Just
we are
one of
so
us.
rare UI.
Andrew can be sower football. Jacob, you can be baseball, and I'll be basketball. And we're all
There we go.
becoming one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be
We should
conjoined
just
by the
merge the
time.
boxes.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get too far into today's episode, little preview. We're talking the lab. Ooh, sounds exciting. We'll talk a little bit about some big injuries that happened in baseball, and go from there. Play some games at the end. As always,
You
the
know
fun
it.
stuff. But before we get into all that, boys, how are we feeling today?
You
It's a good
know,
day.
it is a good day. As we said this before we were recording, but you can see my screen for all of our viewers out there. This is natural light. I don't have a single light on in this room unless you want to count the backlight on my computer. But nah, it's a good day. We're recording in the day again, and you know, can we really be mad?
It's a
It's
vibe.
it's a solid day for a podcast. And thankfully, we waited until Wednesday again, and our friends at Sawyer decided to drop something before we recorded instead of after. How about that? So we kind of timed this one perfectly here. We'll get into that in a bit, but it's a good day. Nash, you still have a hat on. I know we did a little wardrobe change beforehand, but you said homogenized and you're wearing a Callaway hat. So
It's true.
what's up with it?
Yeah, so I went golfing this morning and I booked my tee time last night. I paid ahead and everything. And I roll up to the course and I walk in and the guy goes, "Are you Josh?" And I was like, never a good sign when the person at the desk knows your name.
I
Like,
think that's a
I thought
great
it'd be a
sign.
great sign,
No, that's
yeah.
a great
no,
sign.
no,
Wait,
no,
what are you
no.
talking
You
But
are a
about?
think
millionth
about it.
customer. You win a
Think
free round of golf at
think
Pebble
about it though.
Beach.
So if you figure like tea times are every 8 to 10 minutes, there's four people per tea time. I got there probably 20 minutes early. So there's no reason he should have known who I was based on the timing or anything like that,
Yeah,
right?
that's wild.
So I'm like in my head thinking, well, I guess I was indifferent at first. I was kind of like, why does this guy know who I am? And he's like, yeah, I tried to contact you, but your phone number was incorrect in our system. Our back nine is closed because of the rain, and our front nine has a league on it. And I was like,
Oh,
oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, I contacted the app that you booked your tea time on, and they're gonna give you a refund. And I was like, I mean, that's fine, but I'd rather play golf. Um, so that was a first for me. I'd never arrived at the course expecting to play golf and not been able to, but I was able to find a different
yeah,
golf
you
course
have.
down the road.
You've tried to walk into a golf course and been like, we've all been to Greenfield, tried to walk in, been like, nah, we can't go there.
I guess I guess
Come
walking on, sure, but
With the tea time, yeah, yeah,
I've never
yeah.
had a tea time and not been able to play. How about that? But luckily there was a course down the road and I booked a tea time that was like 20 minutes later and ended up working out. I got to play with two old guys. Shout out Bob and
Nice.
Joel.
Nice.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, it was pretty fun. They were very nice. They were pretty decent for their age, so shout out to them.
Who won?
Well, I mean, I,
Oh, let's
Wait,
go.
did you
the one
play
guy was
with
82
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
was swinging it. So,
did you play
Yeah,
from
but
the
you still
senior
beat him.
tees?
oh, we all played from the middle tees.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
They could have played from the senior tees if they wanted to, but they didn't.
Wow. They're still swinging it. I like it.
They are. They are.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What was your best shot of the round.
I was gonna say a little side note. I chipped in to save par
Ooh,
on a par four. It was a little bit like downhill, and I landed it and it caught the downslope and just curled right into the hole.
That's a great
love
feeling.
love it.
Yes,
You got
it
your
was great.
Any
witnesses too.
birdies?
No birdies. No birdies.
Oh,
Couple birdie putts, but just couldn't get them to fall.
dang.
This was a new course for me. I'd never played it before. Pretty much every hole was dogleg left or dogleg right. Like nothing really straight. There's very few holes that you could see the flag from the tee box.
Hmm.
So not my kind of course. I am
Mhm.
I am not that kind of player.
Yeah.
But it was
Strong.
nice. It was nice
Hmm. Yeah. Nice. Good stuff.
for sure.
That means we've all gone golfing recently too. I'm finally off the
Yes.
schneid. But we're not here to talk about golf. Well, we could. We just had the US Open, players getting arrested and stuff
Scotty
like that.
Scheffler, stay out of
Yeah.
jail.
Charges all dropped as of today, as of this morning. So,
Crazy.
yeah. But no, we're here to talk about some baseball because it's baseball season. And guess what? It's, you could say it's the best and also worst time of the year to be a Brewers fan
Ooh.
as Milwaukee gets invaded, raided, and hopefully not pillaged by Cubs and their fans.
Oh,
But the
they're gonna say
series
cicadas.
is not the series is 1-1. So you could already say both teams have done what they've needed to do. However, I would say the Cubs have deserved to win both games, and they didn't. So, hey, at least we got one so far. But yeah, we got Brewers, Cubs, we got big injuries as you mentioned, so it's baseball season full swing. I guess first and foremost, how we feeling? Nosh, you're going to the game later tonight. You're
Ooh.
braving the storm, the Chicago
Yep.
Storm.
I will say we are going with a group of friends. Otherwise, I don't think I would be going. I don't think I could stomach going to a Cubs game like just me or just me and Haley.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be in a bigger size group. Then you feel protection at least.
Are you going with anyone that is a Cubs fan?
I
Ooh.
think there is one Cubs fan.
Ooh.
Yes.
Hmm.
But he's more of a Bears fan than a Cubs fan, I believe. So it's what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
It depends what they
Pretty,
show up wearing.
yeah. And you
True.
get to see a cool pitcher. Get to see Imanaga pitch.
I
That's
know.
that's gonna
It's
be
cool,
fun.
right?
Like we were saying, he either the Brewers will be the first one to get to him, or you'll see him throw a no hitter tonight. So
That's true. I
yeah,
am notorious for being bad luck when going to Brewers games. So my
Your
this
bachelor
year,
party.
my record this year, I want to say I'm 2-2 though. So maybe it's turning around a little bit. I'm used to like seeing 0 wins, so I'll take 2-2 right now.
Even though the Brewers are above 500 teams. So you have statistically gone to,
That's
you
true.
are worse than the Brewers are this year.
yeah.
That is very true. Oh
All
well.
right. Yeah. I mean, hey, maybe you'll bring the luck tonight. If anything, like you said, you're going with friends. And you have a majority Brewers fan. So if the Brewers start losing, you can still gang up on your friend in other ways. So, hey,
It's
at
true.
least you have that as a silver lining. But you know what you can't do in the Brewers Cubs series is I guess you can't really expect too much out of I don't know. Can you? Can you expect too much out of the Brewers? They've been, I would say, overplaying for sure. The Cubs have one of the best pitching rotations in maybe they're not overplaying. Maybe they're just that good. But hey, either way, Cubs have one of the best starting rotations. So you saw the first two games, they almost got no hit. Last night they didn't have a single run until 2 outs in the ninth inning. The last batter of the game, essentially. No. So, can you expect that much? I don't know. Hey, if anything, get to the game early. You can give us some videos of batting practice for batting practice.
Oh, there you go.
I don't think the Brewers are a fluke. I think
All
there were
right.
so many years when our lineup would consist of 2 to 3 hitters that when you knew that they weren't hitting that inning, it was probably going to be a zero, a donut.
Yeah.
And you would get excited if you knew, oh, okay, like Braun is coming up to bat this inning. All right, we have a chance. But the Brewers order, I mean, one, it's not just 2 to 3 hitters on a regardless of who else is thrown in there, Contreras, Yelich, Adames, I'd say those are 3 locks for me. Everyone, there's probably a few people on the bubble like Chu Rang, maybe Sal Frelick or Churio. Um, but there's just
Hoskins
so
is
much.
hurt.
There's a
Mhm.
rotating cast of characters. Oh yeah, Hoskins is hurt. I would say the Brewers' biggest downfall is their pitching. Um, but we got Robert Gasser throwing the gas, lights out. Middle
Mhm.
inning relievers haven't been bad. With no Devin Williams, our closer situation's been all right up to this point. But yeah, I don't know. I
It's been
think
more
if
than
they
all
got
right.
another arm, they'd be in real contenders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to like I think being a Brewers fan, there's always going to be a little bit of doubt. Especially this early on in the season, it's hard not to be like, is this a fluke? And I don't think we're the only team that feels that way. I'm guessing Royals fans are feeling that way. I'm guessing Guardians fans are kind of feeling that way. It's been great up to this point, but is it going to stop? Is it going to keep going? I think that's reasonable doubt. I think it's just how it goes being a sports fan. But the Brewers are in first place by a decent amount at this point in the season without their starting all-star closer, without their best pitcher who's out for the year. A couple other of every single free agent pitcher that we signed got hurt. Our closer just got hurt last night. Hoskins has been hurt. Yelich had a IL stint. So they've had a lot of injuries and a lot of weird fluky things happen already this season, and they're still in first place by a decent amount. So I'm feeling pretty good about where they're at, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. Andrew, as you mentioned those, I would say post Fielder and pre Yelich era where
Oh yeah,
Braun was a staple, but it was a little iffy. Maybe you had like a Chris Davis sort of year. Chris Davis
JJ
with a
Hardy,
K. Yeah. JJ Hardy was gone by then, I believe.
probably.
Yeah. But there's also Chris Carter, former Yankee as
Oh,
well. Remember another 40 home run hitter, random.
so random.
Yeah. But we're back. At least we're having fun. And this team's fun to watch too. They clear the benches like every 2 weeks.
Yeah, the bad boys of baseball.
Yeah. But
Uh,
anyways, we like I said earlier, we not only have had some great series worth of baseball, but we've also had a bit of unfortunate things happen recently too, specifically with last year's MVP. And
it's the pitch
I
clock.
don't know, it's a pitch clock, yeah. That's the real reason. If it wasn't for the pitch clock, Acuna would not have torn his ACL. The pitcher would
Nope.
not have rushed for that pickoff, and he would have been back to
Wait,
second.
what if it actually? Well, I just said that as a joke. What if it is? What if it is
It
the
would
pitch
have
clock?
absolutely changed the timing on the pickoff.
It's true.
I mean, you could go into a whole
What
discussion
You're on to
if?
about,
something.
yeah, but yeah, no, you see that injury, you see his knee twist like that, you see him hold where he held on his knee, and you see him walk off like he did, and you're like, it's an ACL injury. Um, I'll never forget Jordy Nelson tore his ACL in the preseason for the Packers, and he walked off little limp, but nothing. Like, he might have like twisted his ankle, but whatever. Missed the whole season. And that's unfortunately what happened to Acuna here is he's going to be out for the rest of the season, torn ACL. There's a tiny bit of silver lining. Maybe it's just like a silver alloy, I guess you could say. But it was his left leg this time, and he tore his ACL. It was 21 2021. Do not remember. He tore his ACL pretty recently, a few years ago,
Yep.
on the right side.
I think it's
So
21, yeah.
so he is not torn the same ACL twice. Baseball, also not the most ACL heavy load sport. It's not like football. It's not like you're running too much. Of course, you're digging into the ground with those cleats when you are, but unfortunate either way for the Braves. Braves have had a couple of injuries too this year.
They have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh,
So
I will
sports
say,
doctor, what's a consensus?
if you're a Braves fan, one, it's hard to feel bad for you. Sorry, but your team has been
Ooh,
really good for a long time now. And you just won the World Series in 2021. Uh, I'll give you another silver lining though. The last time Acuna tore his ACL and was out for the season, they did win the World Series.
it's
So
true. Yeah.
you never know. You never know. Your team is pretty darn good, even without Acuna in that lineup, which just shows how good it is with him in the lineup. Um,
true.
they'll still be competitive. They'll still make the playoffs, I'm sure, but that is a big blow. It's not only a blow for the Braves, but also just for the MLB.
That's
Losing the guy
exactly what
who
I was
hit
gonna.
40 home runs and 70 steals last year, MVP. He's super fun to watch, and he's been having a tough year this year, but we're definitely gonna miss him as just fans of baseball. But
All right.
Jacob, you are right. I believe it's his left knee this time. It was his right knee last time. The problem with the left knee, though, is that's his plant leg when he swings. So that is like the one part of your body that you're actually twisting, or twisting over, I should say, is when you're hitting. So he'll land on his left and then swing over top of it. Um, I've no doubt he'll be back, but it might not be until middle of the season next year.
Yeah, and keep in mind too with him, he took a while to get back up and he was back, but he was not himself for the 2022 season
That is
after,
true.
and I think it took basically a year and a half to get he had his MVP season last year, 2 years after the injury. So we'll see if history can repeat itself. But yeah, he's historically struggled to get back from it. The one thing I don't know, he has got experience dealing with it. I'm sure that helps in some way. But his Sorare card has definitely taken a hit. He went from about
I'm
$150
looking at it right now.
new season card, 120 old season card prior to the injury to now they should basically be worth the same price, maybe collection difference, but about $50. So it's a pretty big hit on a
Wow.
guy who is MVP level talent.
Is
Yeah,
it is it
for those Ethereum users out there, that's about a 0.04 to a 0.02. In fact, you can get him for less than 0.02 now. His lowest
wow.
listed card. Granted, it's a first year card, but 57 bucks, 0.0153.
That's crazy.
Acuna, value buy? Do
I
you
was
buy
gonna
injured
say,
players?
is it toxic that like when I first saw the report they tore his ACL, I was like, man, I wonder how cheap his silver card is gonna be. I
It's
remember
hard.
back
Toxic?
I remember back a few years ago when it was only soccer and Florian Wirtz tore his ACL. And I was very tempted to buy him when he was rehabbing because his card was so cheap, knowing that he would come back. But that is a type of strategy if you want to go that route.
Right.
I just think you just don't know how he's going to come back, and especially just he wasn't having like his type of season even into this year. It's just I don't know. Um, the other question is, do you think will he just be a DH when he comes back? Will he just go the Otani route and not play in the field? Um, I think that would make sense. That way you can kind of lessen the load on his legs. But yeah, I don't know. From a Sower perspective, I have not bought any super long term injury guys, but because I don't know, for some reason I just have less confidence in a baseball guy to come back than I don't know, maybe soccer, but that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't necessarily agree with that. UCL, pretty hard to come back from. ACL from a baseball standpoint, less hard to come back from. ACL in a soccer standpoint, definitely harder to come back from.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess I'm talking more from a sober production standpoint.
Oh yeah, okay,
I have
okay.
more confidence in a soccer guy being able to
Got you.
put up. Yeah. I don't know anything about
I think
that
there's
part of
not
your life.
enough, honestly, there might not even be enough sample size, as crazy as it seems, over
Oh,
2 years.
yeah, who was our big
A
injury last
season-long
year?
injury is already half of basically how long Sorare's been around for MLB. So, who was a
Who
big
was our
injury
big?
last year?
Yeah, who's our big
Um,
For baseball?
for baseball? Yeah, who's a good comp? We can see how they're doing.
from last year.
Well, I guess
Who
Reese Hoskins would be
That's true.
pretty.
you mean that was injured last year and was playing this
Or
year?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
how about Gavin Lux?
No, because he's had a pretty not great season. Honestly, I have his limited card. It's not been that
I mean,
great.
that's kind of the point. Like you come back and
Yeah.
you're not an
Yeah,
That's
okay,
MVP.
true.
yeah. That's
That's
true. That's
true.
true. But they also have a strange lineup there in LA
Yeah,
where
LA's
they're
got
trying to
it.
fit him in. They didn't want to get rid of his bat, but he didn't have the best fielding, so bats is at short now, and it all happened preseason. All that craziness that happened.
How about Trevor Story? How about Yuri
Oh,
Perez?
it-
How about every one of my cards? Would you like me to go down the list?
but they haven't played. They haven't played.
Exactly. You're
Josh, they have
still
to
hurt.
play.
Garrett Mitchell.
Garrett
True.
Mitchell, yeah, I was gonna say that.
Speaking of
Why can't I think
injury,
of a pitcher that tore their UCL last year?
It's funny how we forget.
Yeah. Um, I genuinely can't think of your Yuri Perez. I can't
Oh,
think of anyone.
was Trey Turner was
Sandy?
out decent amount last. Oh,
Where's Sandy at?
Frambler, right? Didn't he get hurt
he's out.
No,
He's out this year, or was out
this
this
year?
year.
no, he
Yeah.
didn't tear his UCL. Anyways, doesn't matter. Um, I think you're kind of onto
Oh,
something no matter what.
Vinny.
Vinny, yeah, okay, there's a good one. He
Mm.
was out for the entire year.
Except he's kind of hurt again.
He's come back pretty okay. The Royals are hot. Royals are the best team in baseball. Not actually, but probably one of the more fun teams to
One
watch
of
in
the better,
baseball.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So,
Dude,
Should
we mentioned this not live, but on the podcast. We looked at Xander Bogaerts getting hurt. It was a serious injury. He's out until August
mm-hmm,
with a shoulder. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So
gosh.
add him to the list.
Oh man. Okay. Let's look at his Vinny's I mean, Vinny actually just got hurt again. I don't know the extent of his injury. He's day to day. I don't think
No.
it's quite as serious. Um, see that limited all-time graph. Okay, so he must have gotten hurt pretty early on last year, around May. He got down in the off season. He was changing hands at $2. Granted, I don't think that Acuna is going to get that low. He went from 35 to 2. Probably not, but I don't know. I don't think we've seen the full dip.
Yeah, we'll see. Um,
I just counted just for the viewers out there. I have
okay.
19 people on the IL.
Wow.
You should just rename your team
19.
that.
That's a lot. That feels like a lot.
That's a decent amount.
That's like a fourth of my gallery. Oh, brother. Injuries, I
Josh,
mean, they'll always be persistent. So
you know you can sell cards, right, Josh?
I try. I try. Nobody wants to buy my cards.
Dutch auction. Dutch auction. You set it for a price. You gotta and I also think too, you can't just set it for the 7 days and expect offers. And there's a lot of people that gravitate towards newly listed cards as well as listings expiring. So you
That's
kind of,
true.
if you do really want to sell a card, you don't list it for probably more than a couple of days at the most. So you want to maximize the number of new times it's showing up in the new. And then, if it doesn't sell, lower it by $5 or $1, and then keep going until, I don't know, you get to whatever the lowest amount Nicola allows you to sell it for.
There you go.
That's how you sell
Well,
cards.
Bottom out.
here we go. What if I told you instead of
Maybe I
having
shouldn't sell
to
them.
sell it, that you could use it along with some special potions discovered only in Sorare reward
Minecraft?
boxes as of the start of the Euros?
Minecraft?
What if you
Just
could
a
trade in your
crafting
injured
table.
cards and craft a better card or a usable card, tradable, limited, or above card from old cards? I don't know if this is the truth or not, but we got hinted at something. In fact, we got more than hinted at something by So Rare themselves in, I guess, what do you want to call this update? The essence update?
The essence.
Because that's what
Yeah.
they called it.
Yeah.
So it's another term that you'll have to get down. But we got a
Card
cool thing,
factory.
the ultimate so rare secret, as they put it. So apparently what we got is these capsules are going to be given out in liquid essence. That's what they're calling it. Okay.
That's so silly.
Are we gonna get the explicit logo for saying I want some of your liquid essence? Um, very good. But anyways, we can use this liquid essence that is only found. So it's going to be starting off in European and American special competitions once the Euros start. So I'm sure there will be plenty of special Euro competitions coming out. Again, this is June 14th, so 2.5 weeks or so from today, and they'll be coming out with these essence capsules in reward boxes won in these competitions. So we will see. It doesn't say too much more. We got some cool graphics by the graphics team, I will
Shout
say.
out.
Plus, good job, dub. But we don't have much more information other than that. So you know what? Let's speculate. The best
Wow.
thing that I can come up with it, so it doesn't look like you're going to need cards necessarily to craft other cards, but it seems almost sort of like a FIFA squad building challenge with this essence sort of stuff. And we also got good news. If you're a MLB player only, as I assume a lot of our listeners are, don't click off just yet because we got So Rare MLB tweeting soon. Emoji eyes soon
In Sora
coming
ears.
towards, yeah. What does soon mean in Sora, like Andrew said? I don't know. We'll find out. But what do you guys think? Is this the community seems to be having a very positive response to this for sure. We will see. It's only going to be given out in reward boxes. Will it replace market credit? Will it be alongside market credit? I don't know. How much of it will you need to craft cards? Can you craft anything above limited cards? I don't know. We'll find out. What do you guys think? You
I
want
th-
all
I
of it?
think it's I think it's an exciting development. The only playing devil's advocate, we've introduced your father to So Rare. And this so Rare it's increasingly becoming much more than a fantasy game. It was just a fantasy game. You'd have your cards, you'd enter your lineups, then it's all fine and dandy. Now you got boosts, you got I guess maybe Sora has always been that way, and maybe now that they're like leaning into it, but it's this with this development, it's further away from like a vanilla fantasy game, which is different. I guess they're if you want to build something that is, you know, different than Yahoo Fantasy, ESPN Fantasy, even FanDuel, DraftKings, betting. I think this is their game. And yeah, I don't know. I think the only downside I see is it maybe becomes harder to like for new people to learn the game even more. But I don't know, your dad back in the day was able to play oh crap, what was that fort game where you attacked everyone's fort? And that game, I think like even like adults were able to play that one. You didn't have to just Clash of Clans, Clash of Clans, that game.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
you can
yeah.
have people under
Classic.
like and like that's like very much kind of like I feel like of this essence. that it's kind of going that like mobile game, multiple stuff going on, not just like you build your fort and that's it. There's just so many more layers to it. And I think that's kind of what keeps people coming back. Problem though is that you can't make it too complicated or else people will just say they'll throw their hands up and I don't want to play that game. It's too complicated. But I don't know, Josh, would you if you were picking up Sorare today, would you how long do you think it would take you to understand everything that's involved?
Hmm. It would take longer than it took me to understand when I first started. How about that? But that's probably obvious. Um, I guess it depends. Like, I think they do a decent job of adding things, but also keeping it separate in a way. Like, you don't have to partake in any of the extra stuff. Like if you just want to buy your 5 limited cards and play the same
Mm.
lineup in one competition and do it that way, you can do that. And you don't have to worry about boxes or essence or anything else going on. You can just play so rare. And for the people that want to dive more into it and get more out of it, I think there's that option too. So I guess it's kind of however much you want to dive in yourself. I think it would take me a while, but it's not terrible. It's not super confusing, let's say.
Yeah, we'll
But you
see.
know what
Like
is
if the whole
confusing?
thing is it's the we'll see what's
It's
confusing.
it's
It's not homogenized.
it's so rare, so rare, so rare loves these like teases and cliffhangers. Like that is their textbook thing that they do. They do it with every update. they
And
they
it's
put
soon.
out these interesting, yeah, and soon, whatever soon means. um so it's interesting that the way they do it, the graphics department did a great job, I'll give them that. But these very like cryptic and just kind of like we'll tell you a little bit, but not too much kind of updates are interesting, confusing maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it took us for the new monthly chase. It had to come out for us to actually to understand everything that was
Right.
involved. Like we couldn't get that information, all of it ahead of time. Which I mean, now that it's out, it's fine. Actually,
Right.
I didn't tell you. I entered a team. I'm a sperm
What?
whale. I got my chase
Wow.
team and I got my champ team. So
Sheesh.
we are sitting good. But I don't know. Yeah, it's like with all these updates, there's so much that you just have to I guess I've kind of like learned. You just wait and see. Like you speculate, but so much of it, you just, I don't know. I don't think it can be gleaned ahead of time.
Right.
True.
That's
Very
why we
true.
speculate. Maybe we're
Yeah, it's the fun of
completely
it.
wrong. All I'm saying is that they did tweet out the colors of the essences, and there's yellow, red, blue, and then unique. It
Yeah,
looks
it's got to
like
be for
purple
the
or black.
scarcities,
It kind
right?
of looks like purple, honestly. It's definitely not black. But hey,
It seems to line up.
crafting unique cards, like what?
Wait,
What?
wait, Josh, calling you out here. What
Yeah.
color are rare cards?
Red. Get wrecked.
Hmm. So another golfing story. I went golfing with Josh and
Uh-oh.
he cannot see red golf balls. He can't. If you're playing golf with Josh, do not use red golf balls because in grass he cannot see them. So, Josh, can you even see rare cards? Taking this back to so rare.
Nope. Nope. I
You're
can't.
making fun of a disability. I
That's
would
what
just
I
like to say.
said. That's what I
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Canceled.
Mm-hmm.
I
What
will
color
tell you
logo is
this.
this?
Hey,
What color
Andrew, the
logo is
guy,
this?
one of the old guys I was playing with today was using a red golf ball.
Oh, okay. Who uses red golf balls? I think is the real problem with this the
Red
whole
golf balls are
idea.
great.
They're
Hey,
fun. They're fun.
let yeah,
If
let
So
us
you
you
know. Do you
can't
use
see
red
them.
golf balls?
play like or just watch dudes college or above, I don't think I've seen a single red golf ball ever been used. I've seen a
That's
few
the problem.
yellows,
Well, are you colorblind?
a few yeah, maybe that's the problem is
There
that I
you
haven't
go.
seen them.
Fun
There you go.
fact, I can't see laser pointers either. Like if one
Wow.
points a laser pointer up at the screen, which a lot of professors did in graduate school, couldn't see where they were pointing.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Fun fact for you.
So yes, Josh
Anyway,
can see rare cards, and uh
but it's so I I'm interested because a lot of people are speculating about they're calling it like a burn, a card burn,
mm,
where you're submitting, let's say, 5 limited cards to craft a different limited card or a rare card, something of that nature, or even for more essence. I'm not getting that vibe necessarily. It kind of just feels like you're getting essence from boxes, and then you can use that
mm.
to make a card, and whether that's a new card or a different designed card, I don't know, but I'm not getting the vibe of like trading in some of cards you already own for new cards. I would love that, don't get me wrong, but I don't get that vibe from this cryptic update.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
who
don't think
knows,
it's
who
gonna
knows?
involve trading in cards, but maybe it'll lead to something like that down the line. We'll see.
Essence, so interesting.
Essence. Special essence, baby. Keep an eye out for it. Euros
Ooh.
are coming out too. Month and a half from now, NBA championship. Once that's over, we'll get into our predictions from the beginning of the year. Oh God, that's not good.
I might be better at basketball. Let's see. I don't even know. I don't even know. It's but
No,
baseballs are
we'll get into it
terrible.
later. We'll get into it later.
Terrible
But
baseball.
do we have any last stabs at our update here from Sorare? I mean, it's like Nash said, it's pretty cryptic. It's not descriptive. It's very descriptive, but it's not very informative. Does that make
True.
sense? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
that
teaser.
makes
It's a
perfect
teaser. They
sense.
want us to guess. They
Yeah.
want us to
So
guess.
here we are guessing. They got us.
But
They win.
you know what
Speak
has been spelled out?
what has been spelled out.
Our first special weekly, our options,
Heyo.
the vote.
Ooh,
The vote.
yes.
Did you guys see?
I
Yeah.
did.
Have you
I haven't
voted?
voted yet.
The competition that we've been talking about for since Sower Baseball started.
Well, it's no. They haven't done our strikeouts are worth more.
No, U25.
Oh yeah, U20. Well, that's the first one. That's the
Mhm.
one that we didn't get to vote on.
Right. That's what I meant, not the vote, but the one that actually is coming up. Yeah.
U25. Can
Crazy.
you actually
Another,
enter
yeah,
in?
we called that. There's another thing we called. We called something on last week's pod too.
And
We
how
called
many
that
new cards are you going to need?
very
You know?
soon.
Well, that's the thing. We were speculating about that on the last pod of just how many different cards you're going to need for this.
U25 is tough. We're all gonna sit here and say we're not gonna enter that competition. Why would we
Still
enter that?
enter
And
it.
then we're all gonna have lineups for it
Yes.
because that's how we
Well,
roll.
Is the hardest closer maybe getting a U25 closer? Not too
Nah,
many of them out there.
oh, I
is
mean, you would just
Mason
have to go
Miller?
for a reliever.
Mason Miller is exactly
Mason Miller's
25.
gonna, like we already talked about him last week. He's gonna be way
He's gonna
too
be
expensive.
$1 million. Trying to think of any other
And
young.
I feel like, yeah, any other closer under that age is gonna be, is Diaz on the Reds. He might be a little bit older now.
I have his rookie. Yeah, he. We will see. Oh, I wish. See, the year one does not have the age on there,
Oh,
but I'm pretty sure his player page does, and he's 27. See, no price
yep.
fight.
Oh
That's what I was
man,
Too
thinking.
old. Too old. What an old man.
too old. He's too old. Yeah, so
Well,
that'll be tough. I could see them requiring less new season cards just because that is a pretty big requirement to be under 25. But we'll see.
Well, you do have to have five. Five as opposed to six. So
mhm.
it is relaxed somewhat, but not entirely. Not
Still,
like
that's a lot.
rare all-star. I still
That
can't
is
get over rare all-star is still actually I'm not gonna say it. I don't want it to change. Rare all-star, you can still use 3 limiteds. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. But
it's kind
shh,
of crazy.
I still do. I still do. It's great.
Whale.
Well,
Opposite of whale. I use limiteds when you shouldn't be.
That's true. Anti
Pyramid
whale.
scheme. It's pyramid scheme.
Shark. What's the opposite of a whale? A dolphin?
Dolphin.
Brill?
An amoeba.
no, I mean, and the
Oh.
opposite of a whale is probably like
The
a
smallest
parakeet
in
or a
ant.
Yeah.
sparrow.
Ooh.
We got swim versus fly. We got big versus small. We got land
Mm.
versus sea.
That's true.
Are you a
I like it.
so rare sparrow?
No, a black hole. No mass. And it lives in
Oh.
space. It's opposite of underwater. It's the highest you can go.
Or maybe it's the most dense, and we don't know.
Oh, it's true. Man, are we gonna talk physics on this pod?
Yeah, let's
No.
do
We
it.
were
No.
theorizing about so rare. We can theorize about the space and time continuum.
There you go.
Or we could just
How
play
about-
pickle.
I would say,
Yeah,
how
let's play
about we
pickle.
theorize who this week's pickle is? Oh,
Yeah.
Wait,
What
do we
did
have a player
talk
of the
about
week?
today? Mason
See, I had
Miller?
someone go off. Go
Yeah,
off for me.
Mason. We talked about Mason Miller, Acuna. We talked about Acuna.
Nolan
Andrew, who's
Arenado.
your player of the week?
See, I won some decent rewards over the weekend. Well, for this week, it's 100% my boy George Springer. I have 4 George Springers, and I'm playing him
That's
in
insane.
4 different lineups. I have his new season card
Jeez.
limited, his old season card limited. I should have 2 old season limited George Springers.
Jose
and his
Ramirez,
rare.
baby.
I
Yeah,
think
J-Ram.
Barry
Actually, it's
Bonds.
J-Ram. It's
Barry
J-Ram.
Bonds is the player of the week.
Barry Bonds.
That's just
Yes,
crazy.
sir.
I mean, it's against the Rockies, so it doesn't really count. And they lost this first game. But yeah, Jose Ramirez was quoted saying, I
yep.
am Barry Bonds because
Yes,
he got
sir.
intentionally walked. I don't know about all that. He's pretty
Hey.
darn good though.
Look who's in 51st.
Hey, Lardino.
Oh,
Let's see.
you
his
gotta
lineup
pass him.
quick.
You gotta pass him.
Payam.
Jake Irvin?
Wow, 40. Yeah, he's been pitching really well for them.
Wow,
I
he's
know.
using his in-season Mookie.
Almost my name, too.
Wow.
That's such a whale move.
He literally owns so rare data. He's a whale.
Actually,
Only
I do
51st
think it's
place.
actually
He's not a
his
sparrow.
son sets his lineups.
Really?
His baseball lineups. His
His baseball lineups.
Yeah.
There you
But
go.
we gotta
Alright.
go J-Ram. J-Ram.
Yeah. Problem is, he's a switch hitter.
Okay.
Probably a. No, it doesn't matter. NL Central? Could it be?
Churang.
Christian Yelich
Lefty righty? Yeah, that would
No,
work.
Yelich is too close. Yelich is too close in age.
in age.
Yeah,
Um,
Terrain could work.
Churang.
Churang?
Oh,
Nope. So we got
righty,
Whoa.
he's a
Wow.
second baseman, righty who's 24 in the AL
the
East or
AL.
West. Is it Gleyber Torres? Is he even a second
Oh.
baseman? Oh, he's from the
He
USA. Duh.
is.
I totally skipped over the country.
And he's American.
Wait, is it?
Totally skipped over the country in my head. Okay, so AL East or AL West.
Because Gunner's a shortstop.
Gunner's
Gunner is.
shortstop.
Is
Is my boy Zach
Is-
Neto a second baseman or is he a shortstop?
Oh.
Neto that young still?
Yes, he is.
He's a shortstop. Well, you know what? Say it.
Let's see.
Get a division, get a
Yeah.
team out of the way.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
Okay,
AL
AL
West. AL West,
Second
second
baseman,
baseman.
AL West.
It's obviously it's not Jose Altuve. It's not Neto.
Mariner.
It's
Marin?
not
Is it Tovar?
Ezekiel
the
Tovar's a good
Rockies?
guess.
Is he a
No, but this
shortstop though?
It's
Oh
AL.
wait, USA,
AL,
USA,
AL,
USA, USA.
and
Oh
AL.
yeah.
Rangers.
Duran? That's who you're thinking of.
No.
Yeah.
I know. The other
Astros.
Ezekiel.
That's Altuve. Okay, who are we
Yeah, no
forgetting
Altuve.
about?
The Athletics.
Oh, it
Is
probably
it, let's see, second
Geloff?
baseman? on
Who's their second baseman?
the Rangers. Is it Semyon is not 24.
Or do they have Tavares? I think
Leody
that's
Tavares?
yeah. Is he their second baseman?
Not from the USA though.
No, it's Semyon, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Are we
Simeon is
crazy?
their second baseman. Yes,
Yeah.
you right. You right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He's
It's gotta
older.
be. It's gotta be for the A's.
Yep. Oh, it is Zach Geloff.
I was right.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Shout out. Zach Goff's been having a decent year.
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
Shout out.
Solid
go.
rookie. Honestly, good rookie card to have in your collection.
Wow, we got an ace player.
We
You
did
never
get an
know with
ace
the A's.
player.
The A's are scary because you never know
Seth
what
Lugo?
name is gonna come up.
Seth Lugo. Crazy year for your Kansas City Royals.
All right, we're still in 2023.
Wow, you can get a Geloff for $10.
Wow. There you go.
He has a 2
Volpe?
average.
Or
So,
Corbin Carroll, a 2 average.
A
Two
two average. He's slumping.
so bad. He's on the A's.
Like a 200 average.
This
Anthony
is a really
Volpe
tough
had less
first
home
question.
runs. He did not play the whole year.
That is really
I
So
guess neither
close.
neither did Corbin Carroll.
More home runs. Oh my gosh.
This is
J-Ram was hurt a
mean.
little bit. Probably less.
Gotta be less.
Gotta be less.
Oh, way
More.
more.
Didn't have a crazy year for Salvador Perez, but ooh, this is
Less.
tough.
Gotta be less.
Yeah, less.
He had a decent year last year though. 16.
Salvi's just
Fam,
good.
Kike did not play that much. It's gonna be less.
He's not a power guy either.
Yeah.
These are close. These are not big.
More.
gaps.
Ooh, probably a little bit more, but not
I'm
crazy.
gonna say
more.
like 13.
Yeah.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Last I have is So Rare card.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a sell.
Ooh.
Bogey had to have hit
More.
9.
Yeah, more. He
13.
only hits
Welcome back.
Shout out.
Brenton
Ooh,
Doyle. Oh my god. It's got
I have
him.
his
I don't
Sorare
know.
card.
Did he play well last year?
He was decent.
All right, send it. Oh, boo. He plays in
Boo.
Colorado too. Naylor
More.
More. He actually had 2 home runs yesterday
He
in a
probably
game.
has 17 home runs
Biggio,
this year.
I wish Biggio had more, but it's definitely
Gotta be
less.
Oh wow. He used to be so good.
Tyler Stephenson.
Yeah, but he's red. You can just hit dingers all day.
I'd say maybe a few
11?
more. Yeah,
It's because he's red. Hitting
maybe a
that.
few more. Jan Gomes has got to be
Shot.
less.
Shot.
Ten?
Jan Gomes looks like a
Backup?
coach.
Emmanuel Rivera.
That's such a tough one.
I might go less.
I was gonna say less, like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4.
More.
Okay.
All right, probably gonna be more.
Ty
more.
France, more. He didn't play that much last year, but it's got to be more than that. Yeah.
More than 4.
Springer, more.
More.
Hey, back into the 20s.
Oh, less. Shout out to him being on the Brewers.
Massey more?
Wow.
Oh my God, we're close. It's so close. Ryan McMahon, more?
More. Rockies. Yep.
He's a solid hitter. Bencourt
Less.
Yeah. Madrigal
Ooh.
less?
Oh,
Wow.
What?
He only had 2 home runs. Weaver had to have more
Brewer
than
sucks.
2. 13?
13. That's
He
not
had
bad.
13?
Randy Moore. All right, give us a free one. You love to see it. Arcia, probably
Ooh.
less.
It's close though.
Yeah, that was
Pretty
relatively
close.
close. Turner, oh god.
I would say
Yeah,
less.
yeah.
Oh,
Dang.
23 home runs last year?
Bowers
Jake
less.
Bauers less.
Mullins more.
Ooh. Wow. Okay.
So
That was
close.
way closer than
So
I thought.
close.
Way closer. Gabby more? Oh, you only
No.
had 7. That's a 26 spot. 18 for the average, but we still
That's
crushed
pretty
it.
good.
We sent it.
Wow.
We sent it.
18 is a
And
lot.
Look
People
at
got
that.
Their ball knowledge up.
MLB by the numbers 26. Is that a record for us?
Gotta be
It's
up
pretty
there.
high.
It's up there.
It's
It's
Pretty
up
gotta be
there.
high up there.
I think there was one time where it's just Andrew and I.
Yeah,
and
we
got, like,
dissented.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I
We got
remember
50.
that. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, it was something crazy.
But
It was very
anyways,
easy questions.
banger.
That is true. That is true. Wow. Well, there you have
We
it.
didn't have a single player over 30 home runs, I think. Did we?
No, I
No,
don't think
no,
so.
that was
Yeah.
hard.
The
Yeah.
balls are dead, man.
Yeah.
Bring back juiced baseballs.
And the
Crazy.
pitch clock.
Oh, rip. Well, there you have it. Decent performance there on Pickle and by the numbers. We'll take it. Let us know what you think about essence. What does it mean? What is your
I
essence?
can't get over that. That's so silly.
But don't forget to check out the social medias, subscribe to the YouTube, leave a rating wherever you are listening to our podcast. Until next week, you used to attend bang practice. Now you're ready to get in the game. Peace.
Let's go Wolves. Wolves in 6.
It's gonna have to be
Seven.
7, dude.
Seven.